Okay. I can't do it sideways, but anyways. Hi. All right. I'm on here to talk about one of the many most important topics, and that is what you're breathing, the air quality that you're breathing. I want to talk about that because your air that goes into your lungs affects your system, your whole system. If you've been watching my videos, you always hear me say whatever is touching your body, whatever goes into your body, it affects everything. Okay? Now, I'm in Texas. So, the past 2 months, really all of summer, but um, I had the worst of it last month, was having allergies. Oh my goodness. The pollution level in our air in Texas has been ridiculous. I mean, it's been ridiculous. All summer long, it was ridiculous. And then my allergies really started acting up last month. They were just throwing me for a loop. I think, am I lagging? Okay. Anyways, before I start talking about all of that, oh, you know what? No, I'll wait to the end for that. But anyway, so let me stay on point. So yeah, allergies. And why am I mentioning allergies? Okay, because they're a big deal to you and to others when you're dealing with them, because you're disturbing them with the sneezes and the, itchy eyes and all of the things, trouble breathing. It gets hard to breathe sometimes. So, yeah, the quality of our air. Now we know that outside air is bad in Texas, okay? We have so much pollution. But what about the inside air? What about the inside air in your own home? So, like I said, I was dealing with allergies for last month. It was just horrible. But when I'm walking inside my home, I'm still dealing with allergies? No, no. You don't want to be dealing with allergies when you go inside of your home. Your home should be a place where you can rest and reset and get some type of relief from the outside contaminants, right? So I'm going to be talking about air purifiers, okay? Air purification system, okay? Because you need to make sure the air inside of your home is good. It's free from contaminants, dust. It's free from smoke and smells, especially if you got pets. Comment if you have a pet and what kind of pet. I love dogs. I especially love cats. Well, we don't have any of those right now, but we plan to get some in the future. The kids are wanting them. But I've been to my neighbor's house and other people's houses that have pets, and you could smell them pets. They can't smell the pets because they're nose blind and they're used to their pets. But you can smell the pets, okay? And so you need to make sure you're filtering out those pet smells too. You might not be smelling them because you're so used to, you know, your little pet. But when you have visitors, they can smell them. They might not tell you, but they can smell them. Okay? And you don't want them smelling like your pets when they leave. You don't want that. And you want to entertain your guests with good purified air, okay? Give them a relief as they're sneezing and dealing with all the allergies on their way to your house. You know what I'm saying? Or the errands that they've ran, and now they're at your house. Make your house a place of rest and reset, okay? Purify your air. Now, this air purification system is one of the best on the market. Compared to their competitors, to the top competitors of air filtration systems, they're the creme de la creme, okay? And they're pretty affordable, all right? And then they have two systems depending on your needs. So let's say if you stay in an apartment, they have a smaller unit for that. And if you stay in a house, they have a bigger unit for that. Or maybe you're not ready for their big unit and you just want something that cleans the air in the room that you're in. You can use the smaller unit. So this unit I'm talking about is Atmosphere Mini Air Treatment System and the Atmosphere Sky Air Treatment System. Okay, I have my notes right here because I can't remember everything, but I want to make sure I hit key points. Okay, I have the testimony of the allergies outside, and I need my air to be clean when I come in my house. I don't want to be sneezing and feeling terrible in my own home. And I don't want my kids feeling terrible in my own home because they were dealing with allergies as well. So we're going to be talking about how you make your air better inside your house. Okay? This air purifier filters 99.99%. Okay, 99.99%. That's almost 100%. Okay? That's almost 100 of airborne contaminants. Okay? Particles, small particles, big particles, smoke, odors, is removing that. Okay? It removes more than 300 contaminants from air passing through the unit. That's what you want. Okay? You're going to remove the outside pollution that came into your house that's circulating. You're going to remove the bacteria, the viruses, the allergens, because that's what we're dealing with, especially with the seasons changing. You're going to remove the formaldehyde smells, the mold and mildew. And I have a testimony on that, on the mold and mildew. Oh my goodness. Behind the walls in your house, mold could be hiding. And it could be messing with your system. Okay? You want to remove those mold spores and those mildew spores. Okay? Now, this air purifier removes those. It is the only air purifier among its top competitors to reduce odors. The odors I'm talking about, like from your pets. Those people who don't think that their pets smell or their house smells like the dog, your house smells like the dog. I'm telling you, I'm your friend and I'm going to tell you. Your house smells like your dog, okay? Your friends, your family might not be telling you that, but it does. It smells like the dog. No matter how much Febreze you spraying, your house smells like the dog. And also, you need to get that Febreze that's contaminating your air out of your air, okay? And get it filtered with this filtration system, okay? It's going to take away the cooking smells. How many of you guys like to cook? Leave that in the comments. Let me know if you like to cook. You want those odors out of your house, you know? You don't want to smell that all day or all night and then wake up in the morning and still smell it. You don't want that. It has an internal air circulation system. And this is the special part. It has a particle sensor, which it monitors all day continuously. As you have that unit on all day, and I recommend you have it on all day, that's the best way it'll work. It monitors the particles that are in the air, letting you know that it's getting those particles out of your air and making your air better. It has a 3-in-1 cartridge. It has a pre-filter, which you can wash. It has a HEPA filter and a carbon filter. Okay? So that just simply means that it catches the large fibers, the hairs and all that with one of the filters. The other one catches the small particles, the ones that you can't see, you know, those mold spores and all those things. And then the other one catches the odors, okay, and smoke and all that. So you want to make sure your air purifier that you're buying, if you're going to be buying one and spending all that money on an air purifier, you want to make sure, one, you know that is actually getting the particles out of your air, okay? That's a major thing for me. That's why I like this system, because you know that is getting the air particles, because it's a sensor on there and it's sensing these air particles. Okay, so you know that it's getting those air particles out of your air. Okay, and then it has a 3-part filtration system. So it's filtering as much contaminants as possible. Like I said, almost 100%, 99.99%. Okay? Now, I will leave the link for this air purification system. For the mini one, that one is good for apartments. If you live in a small apartment, get the mini one. If you live in a house, I would recommend the Atmosphere Sky. That is a larger unit that filters the house. And maybe you want to filter a room in your house. Okay? Then you can get the mini one and carry it from room to room if you'd like to do that. Maybe there's a particular room that gets more contaminated than other rooms, has more smells than other rooms. Okay? Or that you're in more than other rooms. You can get that. So I'm going to leave that link below. You can get it on my shop at www.amway.com/my shop/Howard and Katrina Anderson. Okay. In the search, you can put in Atmosphere Mini air filtration system or air treatment system, or you can put in Atmosphere Sky filtration system. So you can put those in the search, or you can look at the link below. Yeah, so we have to be concerned about our air that's coming in. We got to be concerned. Okay, we got to be concerned. Now the Atmosphere Mini air treatment, that's gonna be the best bet for a starting point if you would like to just start and see results. But overall, that Atmosphere Sky can purify your whole house. Give your whole house nice clean air. Okay? So, with that being said, like I said, I have a mold testimony. There was mold in our house. I did not know that there was mold behind the walls. And I didn't know why. I just kept feeling sick. My allergies kept flaring out of nowhere. And when we moved out of our home, we removed everything. I saw in the closet walls that there was mold there. In the laundry room, there was mold there. And that was really what was affecting my health at that time. And so, removing myself from that situation, I ended up getting better. But I mean, come on now. If I had known then what I know now, I would have been filtering my air. I would have been having an air purifier to filter my air. So you don't want to learn that after all those years of living in your house, or months of living in your apartment or whatever, to know that, oh, there's possibly mold or mildew floating around, triggering your allergies or triggering a sickness, that you think is a virus or a bacteria, and it's just mold that you can't see. Okay, you're not going to be able to see mold spores until it compounds and you see the black stuff or you see the pink stuff. When you see that black and pink stuff, that's a mold that's compounding. But it's been in the air. You've been inhaling mold from that in the air. So imagine if you have an air purification system, it will be catching all of that. It will be catching all of that. It'd be constantly monitoring that for you. Okay? It'll be monitoring that so that you can live a healthier life. Okay? God called us to live and live more abundantly, have life more abundantly. Okay? How are we going to have life more abundantly when we're hacking and coughing and breathing in, sucking in all the air contaminants outside and then coming in our home and doing the same thing? Okay? Air purification is very, very essential. It's very essential. I'm going to put up another live. I'm going to go live about water purification. Okay? I have a system for water purification as well. But get that air purification system. I'm going to do a live on water purification system. You can tune into that as well and get that as well. Okay? Again, I'll leave the link below, or you can go on my shop, www.amway.com/my shop/Howard and Katrina Anderson. You can go on there, put in the search Atmosphere Mini or Atmosphere Sky Air Treatment System, or simply just put in air treatment system and they should pop up. Also, where you buy the air purifier is where you go to buy the filters. Okay, when you replace those filters, please replace your filters. That keeps the system working. Replace your filters. Okay, when it says bing bing, time to replace, please replace the filters. All right. For the recommended or use the recommended replacement, please. On the same site, you can buy the replacement filters on that site. Okay? I will be talking to you later for that water purification live. Talk to you later. Bye. There we go.